Hello, friends. Just wanted to throw in a quick disclaimer that this episode would be best enjoyed as a video watching experience rather than just listening. Thanks for your support.
So, I just want to get your first reaction to this.
Okay.
Today, you're gonna get to practice what I hope you'll be doing in Florida.
Okay.
So, go ahead and unblanky the
So we're practicing like putting stuff together.
Yeah, we're gonna build a Linux PC today.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of DownNotableContent. We are SJ.
And Alex Herschel. And today, SJ planned a little surprise for me. So we're going to check it out.
Let's get right into it. All right, how's it going, man?
It's going all right. I've got some Crimson Desert news.
Okay.
I was able to put in another maybe 6 or 7 hours since the last time we recorded. I'm having a lot of fun, man.
Okay.
I'm having a lot of fun.
I'm like starting to scratch the surface of the combat. But yeah, keep going.
I've gotten to a point where there's enough unlocked and enough variety, enough options that I've unlocked that like I feel like at this point if I get bored, like it's kind of on me more than anything else.
Yeah.
Story's still pretty surface level, but the combat's getting better. I'm really enjoying getting to know this overworld. Like I like very intimately know. You've made it a couple. Did you play any more since the last time we texted?
Yes.
So you've made it to the first like kingdom.
The main, yeah.
You've made it to
there's a
Ireland.
Shop and there's some side quests.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm in that.
Like
area now.
I've gotten to know that little town like so intimately as far as quests and just like all the interlocking like roads and stuff. So, like
you know the neighborhoods.
Yeah. No, seriously, I'm having so much fun with it. So
dang, dude.
Yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there because I know that you went ahead and...
Yeah, I caved.
You did.
I caved and I bought it and I was like, you know what? They are patching this game left and right every other day like crazy. Mm-hmm. They have listened to so much of the player feedback and added and changed the game accordingly that I was like, you know what? This isn't a good state for me to give them, how much is it? $70, mm-hmm. Right now. So I bought it on Steam. I've played it for about, I want to say 3-4 hours-ish, mm-hmm. probably. And it is a slow start.
Very slow start.
It is a slow start, and I have no idea why the main character is alive. I wonder if that gets explained later or not, but...
I'm in chapter 3. They have not explained that yet. they're just going
the main like reason for existing. Anyway, we won't go into that, but like if you after you start the game in like 15 minutes, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But the combat is really deep. Mm-hmm. Like you have so many options, and I didn't expect it to be that much because when I'm watching YouTubers play it like on YouTube videos, it doesn't quite tell you what options are at their disposal, mm-hmm. but when you actually go into the menu and like look at the skill tree and all that stuff, it's like, holy man, like you've got a lot of cool stuff in there. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, today this is a surprise. After we had our last couple of episodes, mm-hmm. With your PC stuff, we looked at your potential PC build and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I came to the realization that, could you hand me the Ryzen 5 box there? I came to the realization that I have this just lying around. This is my previous CPU that was in my main PC that got upgraded later on. And I was like, I never sold this. I never did anything with it. This is a perfectly capable CPU. And I just didn't want this to go to waste. And then so I ended up spending probably a little more money than I should have. But within a reasonable budget, I scrap together some other parts. You'll notice the GPU is used, but we'll get into that later. All the other parts are new. So yeah, now I have enough to build another PC. This is kind of gonna be my entertainment PC, secondary PC, Linux, where I can mess around with it.
Yeah.
I'm toying with the idea of potentially maybe fully transitioning over to Linux full time,
Really?
and ditching Windows, but kind of depending on how this goes will kind of determine whether that's even viable. And my main concern right now is that for me to be able to edit, record the firmware for our audio capturing devices and stuff, it's not even supported by modern Windows, so moving over to Linux, it might just kind of blow up. So, but anyway, this is gonna be a fun thing. So today what we're gonna do is I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, and I'm gonna have you do the majority of the work.
All right.
So that you get the muscle memory, you know where things go, and your future PC will also be an AMD system, so there should be certain similarities. Some things are going to look a little bit different, but that's totally okay. Like your CPU is going to look different because it's like it would be a newer generation and stuff, but it should translate over pretty well. This should be pretty fun. And for those of you watching, if you've never built a PC and you've kind of always been curious about how it's done and what the different components do and stuff, this might be a good introduction to that. Just quick disclaimer, I've just built my own personal PC once before, so I'm not Linus Tech Tips. I'm not all those big guys or anything. So if I do things wrong, if I do things in a weird order or whatever, please forgive me in the comment section. And yeah, let's get to it.
Okay.
So, all right. This right here is our motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to, and this is a tip that I saw online, go ahead and open that sucker up.
Okay.
And you can put that stuff aside. Put that aside. That's very important. That's a little screw that we'll need later on. And let me transition over to this. So I'm gonna do this so that I can get a good POV the whole time. So go ahead and put the instructions aside as well. And we can put that aside. Go ahead and take that out. And then we're going to close the box, and this box is actually a pretty decent little workstation.
Nice.
So we're going to work on here. Go ahead and take it out of the wrapper, and be very careful with the pins there. Yes, very nice, very nice. I'll take the trash.
We want to leave it on the styrofoam for now, or do you want to are we taking that off?
We can leave that. That's okay. Yeah, and then let's rotate it 90 degrees to
The other way?
right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get the... Let's start with the CPU. So, open that sucker up. So some of them come with a cooler. This one does. So that's the cooler box
This is the
right
cooler,
there.
and that's the actual CPU.
Yeah, I can set that aside for you.
Okay.
And go ahead and open that up. But before you take it out, I'll have you do one more step.
Okay.
So on the motherboard, there's this little pin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do a little, there's a way to lift it out. I think you
Just like lift it up.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So pushing that down basically locks the CPU into place.
I see.
So make sure that's up, and then you can drop the CPU in, but the orientation also matters. So let's see. If we look on here, do you see that tiny, tiny triangle?
Mm-hmm.
That triangle should match up with the triangle that's on the back of the CPU. That one.
Okay.
So that corner needs to go on that corner.
Okay. Just drop that on.
Make sure the pins all match up. It should just slot right in
Okay.
once it's in the right spot. Make sure it's not moving. Okay, perfect. And go
And
ahead
then
and
just lock it
lay it
down.
down. Yep.
In and over.
Yep, all the way in.
Okay.
Very good. That's not going anywhere. Perfect. And now let's do the SSD. So a lot of motherboards will come with it's a little heatsink thing. It just helps to dissipate the heat. And let me get you scissors.
Okay.
One sec.
While he's grabbing those, just for all of you, SJ has been very diligent in sending me deals and good sales for different parts as they come out. And I originally told him, I'm like, dude, like I'm about to move across the country. Kind of got some things here and there that I got to take care of. Not sure if I can really dive in, because once I start buying parts, like I know I'm gonna finish. And I just want to make sure that me and my lovely wife, our new life, is set up and we're in a good spot before I make this decision, which, while very useful, is purely optional at the end of the day, right? And so I told Ashley, I'm like, man, like you're sending me all these deals, I'm just not going to be able to actually pull the trigger on anything for a while. And then he was like, oh, dude, like totally get it. Like, do I need to stop? And I immediately told him, like, no, like, keep sending me all the deals, because I need to, I think the excuse that I gave you was it'll help me learn about the cycles that these parts go through so that I make sure that I'm getting a good deal at the time. And in all honesty, it's more so that I don't want to miss out on
if there's any
the vibes.
crazy, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's really
you
what
you gotta keep up on the hype as you go.
comes
You can just
down
tear the
to.
paper apart.
Slide you on out. Okay.
Okay, now let me get you the right size for that little bit there. Okay. Go ahead and take off both those.
Okay. We're taking them fully out. Yeah.
Yeah, if it comes out. Yeah.
When you built your first PC,
Mm-hmm.
was that something that you had friends that walked you through? Did you do it mostly through like YouTube tutorials? What way
Man.
did you kind of?
I watched so many YouTube videos. I watched like dozens and dozens of YouTube videos before I actually did it.
Okay.
So you should be able to just lift
pop
that
it
up.
off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a really good question, because I would definitely recommend watching YouTube videos. Yeah, let's put that sucker in there. So
Is it really just?
So you should basically it goes in kind of at an angle, and then you lay it down. Yeah, so
Like,
you put that part in right there.
and then it just sets.
Yes.
It need to be pushed
I think it goes in
a little bit further.
bit further. Yeah, like that. So basically, so that little screw hole
I see.
lines up.
Okay.
Oh, it's coming out again. Sorry, you got both hands, so you
No,
probably
no,
have
yeah.
better.
So
Yeah,
I'm just.
that's perfect. And then before you put that on, flip it out upside down,
Okay.
So there's this sticker. You
that
want
has
to make
come
sure you
off.
remove that. I can hold that in place. Yeah, otherwise that will basically insulate the heat onto the SSD. And that's a
Gotcha.
really...
Don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
Just set it on and line it up, essentially.
Yep, line it up. Kind of acts like a sticker, so it's a little finicky.
There. And okay.
All right, go ahead and let me pop that in there.
And then as pieces are getting pulled off and then screwed back in, like how do you know when it's a good time that the screw's like properly in place? And then is it?
I don't know if that's
doing it?
threading correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Are they different sizes, maybe?
Okay, yeah, that's going in for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels right. Okay.
Zach was like freaking out when I told him that I was gonna do this build. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you're building a computer! I love building computers."
I saw his initial reaction in the Discord, and I know that he's looking forward to it.
Did that kind of stop at a good point? You don't have to tighten it like crazy, but yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
That's nice and tight. Okay. Looks good.
Okay.
That's good, man. Now, if your motherboard doesn't have a heatsink, that's okay. A lot of times, like secondary slots won't have a heatsink. Like that's the case in mine. My main primary one has a heatsink, but the secondary one doesn't. But that's not really a big deal.
Okay.
So this motherboard does not have built-in Wi-Fi, but I wanted Wi-Fi, but it has an M.2 slot for Wi-Fi. So I bought a Wi-Fi module, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in. It's the brown box. Yeah. And you can...
If this is set down that way, is that okay?
That's totally okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are different kinds of Wi-Fi modules. This one in particular is an M.2, which is that form factor that we just use on the SSD.
Okay.
And then it branches out to the antennas that come out of the back side of the case.
I
So
see.
those we will leave for now.
Those will come back later. And then the metal slots as well.
We'll do those later too.
Okay. Okay.
For now, we're just gonna do the chip.
Just the chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there should be a tiny screw inside, so we'll want to make sure not to misplace that.
Okay, that one right there. Okay.
Yeah, if
Just
you
touch it.
This is my first time doing this part in particular.
Because your motherboard over there did have...
Yeah, it already came with it built in,
Okay.
but...
So we're going to put that screw there. And then we just grab the chip. And is it going to be similar where it'll kind of go in at an angle?
It should be the exact same kind of thing.
Okay. And then these two...
I can hang
Those
on.
just
They'll just
hang
dangle
out?
for now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see. Hold it down a
In
bit.
this way? Because...
flip it around. That's correct.
That makes more
That's
sense. Okay.
You got it.
There we go.
Yep.
And then we're going to put that screw in that spot there.
Very nice. Okay. That will do.
Okay.
Okay.
As you, I'll set you to the side.
Okay. Let's do the RAM
What is
next.
is that going to be for part of the other part, or do we put that over?
I'm not sure. That might be a thing for a compatibility thing. Like if the standoff is further out or something, maybe we could use that. But,
Okay.
And by the way, it's just so you know what you're talking about. It's
Just
that
that
little
little
metal
piece.
piece. Yeah, I don't think we'll need that, so we
Okay.
can set that aside for now.
Okay.
Let's do the RAM, which is going to be that box in the bottom.
So you mentioned earlier that as we were talking about this, you kind of pulled the trigger on it, but is this Linux build something that you've been wanting to do and just kind of waiting for the right moment? Like, how long has this been something that you've been considering?
I think the first time I considered it was... did I tell you about how I have a really old white MacBook and it was dead, right? And then I put Linux on it. It works now. Yeah, it's surprisingly fast. Like, it's really snappy, especially after I put an SSD and slightly more RAM in it. It's pretty snappy. Like, it still has limitations, but, you know, boot up, shut down, all that stuff is probably as fast as my main PC. Just because the operating system is so lightweight. And I've always wanted to do like a little, you know, ad block media center PC kind of situation and use Linux to mess around with it. And as soon as I found the CPU, I was like, yeah, that's my excuse. I'm doing it.
Nice. Okay. So
a really important thing on these, if you try to slot them in just straight, it won't go in because it's locked. So pushing these open unlocks those slots.
do you need to push them open on both sides?
It's usually just one. Yeah.
Okay.
But before we do that, let's check the motherboard manual actually, because usually there are two of these slots that are like the primary ones where you're supposed to use them.
Installing memories, page 22.
On DDR4A2, then DDR4B2 first for better DRAM compatibility on 2 DIMMs configuration. So,
and then here
is
it's
it labeled?
saying, yeah, it's saying, well,
oh, it is, yeah.
yeah, it's got them. So I'm assuming that A2 is this one.
Yep.
And then B2 is going to be the bottom one.
Correct. And
Okay.
that is the, so you guys can see, so this is A2, this is B2 for this particular motherboard. Usually those are the configurations where it wants you to put them.
Is in these two? Okay.
Yeah, so before you smash them in there, that slot should line up with that slot.
Okay.
So let's
it
put
looks
that
like
one
it's
in
gonna
first.
be there. And again, we slide them in kind of at an angle-y, or...
Yeah, you slide this side in fully first, and then you press the other side in.
Okay.
And, or maybe straight. I might be wrong. Might be rusty on the memory. I know that side goes in first, though. I would make sure that that side seats fully. It does take a surprising amount of force, so give it.
Okay.
Yeah, you really just go for it.
Okay.
And then once that clicks, then we're good. So
You
now we do the other side. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next, let's do the CPU cooler. Yeah. Now, the main thing I'm not 100% certain on this is... Yeah, so these brackets, we'll need to install these brackets that allow the CPU fan to go on, and every cooler is going to have slightly different brackets. But first we'll need to take off what's already on the motherboard, so
Okay. We'll set those back
place
in
that
for
bit
now.
for you.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead and take those suckers out.
Come on now.
Nice. We'll keep them here. So, obviously, you're going to be moving. It's going to cost a lot of money to move and stuff. But after you move, is this like only a matter of time until you build the PC? Or is this like there's still a possibility you may not do it?
It's an excellent question. So the new job is going to be awesome. Super looking forward to it. And my wife and I are just at a point in our lives where there's a lot of things that we want to do now that we're out of school, now that we'll be working.
Yeah.
And there are a couple things that we've designated as needs that are going to come before the PC.
Uh-huh.
But I've made it pretty clear to my lovely wife that
This is a need.
this is the same level of need as a new couch that she really wants. I'm like, if we're going to be investing into a new couch that we don't really need but would be useful and would be great and we're looking forward to, like, that's how I feel about this.
That's totally fair.
So
Totally fair.
I don't know exactly how long it will be, but it will be one of those things that we definitely get to eventually, and I'm hoping that it'll be on the quicker end.
Let's see which way this goes.
Direction?
Yeah. Let's pull this out.
Yeah, go for it.
So, that's an extra screw.
Is there another one in there?
Another one. Yep.
Should be one more. Cool. 4.
So, on this particular one, there is thermal paste pre-pasted. So we don't want to touch that. That was from when I accidentally touched it forever ago. I want to make sure that this isn't crusty and that it still is fine. Yeah, that's still fine. Looks like it'll go this way.
We have...
Is that for the... Oh, there we go. Right here.
So it looks like...
We're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, opposite way, like that. That's how we plop it on.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we screw those back in. Now, I'm assuming that you want to use whatever screws get included actually with your cooler, right? Because we have those screws that came with the motherboard, but then we have these ones that were in the box.
Yeah, they should be identical anyway, but let's just use the ones that came with the cooler.
Came with the cooler. Just to be safe. No, yeah, and when I had that conversation with my wife, you know, she was very receptive and understanding. She was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense if we're getting a new couch, which we really don't need, because the couch we have right now is pretty great, in my opinion. It's nice and squishy, and it's when we live with my wife's grandparents, and they redid their upstairs, I think about a year and a half ago or so. There. And when they did, part of that was new furniture, and so they offered us their couch. So it's not a new couch, but it's nice, well, and it's got like both of the sides have reclining and like foot rests that are built into it. So it's a nice little couch, and the one that she wants to get is different. It's a different style, and I'm kind of like, man, like I'm gonna kind of miss this couch, I think. But
that's how I felt about my old couch, man.
So I think it made sense to her that she's like, yes, this is something that we'll get a lot of use out of and will last for a long time, which is good. So it makes sense to do it, but it is just kind of that. There's just a couple other things that we want to take care of first. Okay.
Now, what I'm confused about is there's screws on here. So where are these supposed to screw into? This is not the same. Oh. Okay, this is the type of cooler that has little clips on the sides. And that's not what we have.
Okay.
So I think we actually don't need them. I think we... Yeah, AM4 CPUs. I think we just screw them directly on. Or option.
Oh, so we take what we just screwed on off and then just screw the screws directly in?
I think we just screw that sucker directly on.
Okay.
I think. I've never seen it done like that. Because I've also never used this type of fan that comes with it, but that would make sense. Because yeah, there's no way for that to get mounted on there.
Okay.
So
let's take those off.
that's right, trial and error.
It's part of the beauty, isn't it?
Yep, yes it is. Okay, so a couch for gaming PC. What's funny is they probably cost about the same amount of money.
Yeah. And, you know, if that's... I don't want to say the price they pay, because it's not like I'll get no use out of the couch, and it's not like she'll get no use out of the PC, right? Like, she loves playing Minecraft, so I'll be like, you'll have a great new way.
Oh, you can do ray trace Minecraft, man.
All the other stuff, right? Just like having a central device that we both have access to. Like, there's a lot of functional use out of it too, right? Like, it's not purely for this. So I think she's on board, and she was a lot more receptive than I thought she'd end up being to it.
Well, good.
So
that's good to hear.
So do we just line it up and...
Is that what that says? I think we do. Right?
I mean, it doesn't have, like, specific words, but it just says just
pop
go.
the sucker on. Okay.
Do you want to line it up? I know you want me to do everything, but do you want to just line it up to make sure?
Okay. So the main thing is, like, this way or this way, right? So if we do it this way or upside down, that won't matter at all.
Right.
The main thing is aesthetics, and where the cable of the fan comes out, I'm looking for the CPU fan header. So this little sucker needs to plug into a thing to get power. Okay, there it is.
Well, there's also a fan. Oh, CPU fan.
Yeah, it's labeled CPU fan. So it's going to go right there. So I want to put this on in a way that makes sense in terms of cable management. So
I feel like
probably this way,
you think so.
and then wrap it around maybe.
I don't know if it'll reach.
Ooh, yeah, that's tight.
So we gotta just rotate and go the other way, right?
So if we go this way,
And then plug it in.
is the RAM gonna get in the way? Not quite. But if I want to add more RAM, it will get in the way in the future. I think we want to do this and then do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And you mentioned the paste stuff, like that'll just stick onto the actual CPU itself. Is that right?
Perfect.
Okay.
So that is great. So we'll just keep it there, screw those suckers in. Now when you do this, you want to do a little bit of pressure here, do the opposites to balance out the amount of pressure apply, and that'll help the paste spread evenly. Is that still the right size bit?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not going in.
No.
Oh. Is it going in? I can't tell.
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's still not.
That's okay. You can keep screwing. So, yeah. No.
I don't think it is.
Let's try.
Start
Yeah.
up here instead.
See if I can get a better.
Can you see if it's going in? Because I cannot.
Let's try lifting it real quick. Oh, yeah, that's working. Okay. Oh, yeah, and that side lifted, which means that the other side definitely was going in. So the more you screw it in, the more the little bit should come out.
Uh-huh. And then you just...
So if you keep going, or is it just staying static? That's just staying there, huh?
Is it too much on that one that we just screwed in? Do you need to unscrew that a little bit?
Maybe just a little bit. I'll keep an eye on this side and say when. Okay, let's try that. So this... Yeah, you can press it down a bit too. That's totally okay.
It just isn't quite lining up.
All right, let's ditch the box underneath for a sec, because there's a back plate behind this, and we just may not be getting enough leverage. Yeah, try that. I'll just hold my hand underneath. You can press down a lot more.
Okay, I think that's starting to go in.
Okay, good.
And then, boom, boom. So that one next. Does it matter which of the two?
No, that one doesn't matter. It's okay. Is that going in?
Yeah.
Once we get that one in, we'll put it back on the box.
Okay.
All right. It is helpful to have a friend when you are building your PC, because there are certain things that are kind of finicky, and it's nice to have someone holding it. You definitely can do it solo, but
And then is this, at this point, is it good to go all the way, or do you think another round of bit by bit around?
keep going. Yeah, keep going a little bit, not all the way, but
Okay.
a couple rotations, and then follow the same pattern you did when you initially put them in. Yeah, the good thing is a lot of these are designed in a way that makes it pretty hard for you to overdo it. You'll notice that they have these little springs on them, or tensioners, and keeps good pressure on the CPU and should theoretically prevent you from putting it in too far. And you should be able to screw these in all the way eventually. You should feel a certain amount of resistance once you've gotten it all the way in. So if your cooler doesn't have paste pre-pasted, you're gonna need to put thermal paste on, which should come with your cooler, and it usually looks like just like a little syringe tube.
Okay.
And an easy way is just to put like an X mark on the CPU, corner to corner, little X, and then when you put the CPU cooler on, and as it gets tensioned, it'll spread evenly.
Okay.
All tightened up.
I think
Doesn't need to be
that
crazy
should
tight,
be-
but it shouldn't be moving left and right either in terms of the screws.
Yeah, no, I think we are. Yeah, that's not really moving. That's
Nice.
not really moving. Okay.
Okay. All done. That looks great, man.
And then, do we plug in once all the parts are done, or do we just plug in pieces as we kind of go?
We plug them in as we go.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's just mainly because after we put this into the case, it'll make it significantly more difficult to manage the
stuff.
cables.
Okay.
So, I'll put this down. And I'll just do this part because... yeah. I'm gonna try wrapping it around.
Alright.
If it doesn't work, that's okay. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Actually, I'll let you do it. Go ahead and put it in right there.
Plug it on one.
Mm-hmm. Should go in pretty smoothly. You have the right orientation.
Yeah, I mean that's because that slot should just go right on in. So then you just pop it down.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep, that looks right. And we can just... I mean, this is fine. I don't know. I'll figure out the aesthetics
you can
later.
finish that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, we got the RAM installed. So this is everything we need to do on the motherboard for now.
Really?
This should be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now next, let's go ahead and put it in the case. So what we want to do is move this to the side. Now we're going to work off of the case. So I can take that.
That's trash.
That.
Might want that there. I imagine I want this, but just in case.
So go ahead and put it so that this is on the table.
Okay. Now, when we were doing my build last time, you mentioned, and do you want the bottom closest to us?
Yeah.
Because we want like that. You started talking about colors and do you want white? Do you want black? Do you want a mix? And I went ahead and did extra stuff and found out that white parts just run a little bit more expensive, which I thought was interesting when we talked about it. But I see that you've elected to go for the white aesthetic here and a little bit more. I guess it's still pretty similar to the gaming build as far as a mix of colors too, but
my build over there is definitely, it's a little more mixed black white.
And then so what was the inspiration behind the color scheme that you chose for all of these pieces?
I just kind of happened to find a lot of parts that were inexpensive that were white.
Nice.
So like this one, for example, it's got a lot of silvery stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found a white RAM that was actually fairly inexpensive. Case that was white that was fairly inexpensive. It's going to be like a black and white kind of build.
Nice.
Which kind of matches pretty well with that motherboard, I think. So we're going to get this panel off first. So these you can unscrew with your thumb mostly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I think we're going to be standing for most of this, so let me rearrange that camera while you get those popped off.
You know, I think your secret master plan with having me build this alongside you and under your direction was really just to be like the final nail in the coffin where I like get the taste of it and it's like, well, it's not a choice anymore. I'm gonna have to do this for myself. And if that was the plan, it's working. I was the most worried and do we need to take
No, we can leave those. In fact, we could have left those ones, but that's okay. That's
okay.
Because we'll need to get them out later anyway.
But then we just
So this side, this depends on each case. But most of the time you either just swing it open or sometimes you open it a bit and pull it out. In this case, you lift it and then pull out this way.
Okay. Come on. You're good.
There you go. And then that you can set aside. Let's just put it on the floor over here. I would stand it up just so we don't step on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, most cases these days will have, so these are called standoffs because it allows the motherboard to stand off from the back of the case. I think that's why they're called that. And if these are not pre-installed, they should be a little baggy in the case. Yeah, and then you'll need to screw them in.
Okay.
But this one already has them installed. But I see that, let's see, I don't think that's all of them. We want to make sure that they're all there. And an easy way we can tell is just gonna take this and see how it oh yeah, it's this way. Just see how it fits. Okay, so one there. So yeah, so we need to move. Oh no, that one's fine. That one's good. Yeah, we're missing two standoffs. So they might be in the case. If you could actually stand it back up. Yeah. And then if we rotate it so this is facing you, that'll be a little easier to work with, yeah.
And like even more?
Oh, no, that's okay. We can just put it down like that. We can pop this side off. Just like you did the front panel.
Do we need no screws, right? So
no, yeah, you already got them. Pull it out. There might be something. Oh, there's something in there. Yeah. Let's take that tray out. A lot of times they hide components inside of inside the hard drive bay. Wow. Let's see if I can push it from the other side. That's really finicky. Okay.
Mixed
Lot
into
of
here.
stickers.
I don't see anything else, right?
Could be in there, yeah. Might be in
Okay.
there. Let's see. Oh, I see one that kind of looks like it.
Okay.
So while you do that, I'll go ahead and put the panel back on.
Sounds good.
And then
You say we just need 2 more?
2 more. Yeah, there should be 2 in there.
And 2. Okay. Now, I know you said we needed to. Which
So
ones?
So just so you know how I identified them. So when I look at this board, there's 3 holes at the top.
1, 2,
Right?
3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
And then
3.
1, 2, 3 there in the middle, and then
That one.
is there one here? Yeah. And then 1, 2 on the bottom. So that layout should match.
Okay.
And when I look in here, those are there, those are there. We're just missing those 2.
Those 2 on the end.
Yeah, and you should be able to just hand screw those in.
Okay.
Just tighten it with your finger. That should be all you need to do.
That one needs to
Is
go
it
in
kind of
more.
awkward? Let's see, I might actually have some bits for that.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, this will do. You can use you can pop that on the
Pop the
screwdriver.
one.
Yeah. I'll take the other one.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Can you see if that's snug? Do we need a little bit more?
It's not quite snug, but just want to make sure it's not being cross-threaded.
Smart.
Good. Yeah. And then go ahead and finish that one. Yeah.
That's still not.
Sweet. Very good. Yeah, for the most part, a lot of PC parts are surprisingly durable.
Okay.
So, as you saw with the RAM, that's kind of like the first thing I did. That was like, oh, you really need to like just
gotta shove it on.
shove it in there. Kind of similar thing with these. So,
Okay. Now with these zip ties, those just stay, right?
So
Or do you supposed to take them off?
they were just there from the factory. I will probably take them off. Maybe it just kind of depends on how you want to cable manage.
Okay.
But I like to put everything in,
And then
do all that first, and then
Cool.
try to figure out cable management
okay.
later. So yeah, go ahead and actually you can just grab it by the cooler, and then
We're just gonna try to line it up. Yeah.
yeah, make sure the cables are out of the way. Just kind of line it up with the holes. Did that just pop off? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Try not to scrape the bottom. 'Cause that can...
And that's 1, 2. Like, is it supposed to push in, or
no, that looks perfect. Do we have a standoff there? No, we don't. So we're missing another one. Let's see. Yeah, because we need one right there. All the other ones are filled in. So I'm going to take this back out. Is there another one? They really don't make that easy, do they?
No, they do not.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that just needs to move down. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that just needs to move down. So that was in the wrong spot. And that's just motherboard dependent. Yeah, and checking that is really important, because if you try to force it in where a standoff is where it's not supposed to be, they're metal components. So, you know, they can easily
just snap right through.
Yeah, because like if you look at the back of the motherboard, you've got all these contacts, right?
Right.
And if you accidentally create a bridge between them and you get a short, that sucks. So you really want to check the standoffs. Now, did I see some rubber things in here? Is this what I think they are? These might be things to put between the standoff and the motherboard. For like protection or whatever. I don't know what else they would be for.
Anti-vibration rings for 2.5-inch SSD mount.
Oh, okay. That's not that.
Okay.
So go ahead and put that sucker back in. Okay. Yes, and it should settle like that. So that center hole usually have a little bit that protrudes out, so that it kind of creates like it acts like a guide, so that it doesn't move back and forth.
Okay.
Before we screw those in though, let's make sure that we get that shield installed correctly.
Okay.
If you want to open that up. So that's called the I/O shield. And I might have misled you. I think we might have needed to do that before we put the motherboard in, but that's not a big deal because we haven't screwed it in yet. I think that goes in from the inside and it pops out. Basically, it protects that section. Sometimes it's built into the motherboard, sometimes it's a separate thing like this one. Okay, so let's just see how the orientation should be based on the ports that are there. That looks correct. Okay, so now that we know, wait, does that pop in that way?
Let's
see that real quick. No, yeah, it goes from the inside out.
Okay, so we just take this back out.
Yeah, let's take that back
Like
out.
that. Straight up.
Yep. Very nice. Let's take that and should be able to line it up and just press it in and it should pop. Okay. You can give it a good amount of force. Nice.
Okay.
That looks like it's in. And as I'm looking at this, I'm just realizing that this motherboard actually has these little things for antennas. So that's where these would go. So I say we get that installed now.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier to do that now.
Okay.
So, oh crap. I wonder. Doesn't matter which one goes to which. I think they're the exact same component, so I don't think it does.
Where's the... came with the motherboard, right?
Yeah.
This would be in here.
This was the Wi-Fi one. Is there anything in here?
There you go.
These aren't the right. That's not the kind we have. Okay, that's alright. We're on our own, but they're just cables, so I'm pretty sure they're the same thing.
Okay.
We'll install the other end first. So these should just unscrew.
Okay.
So I think we unscrew it and then pop it on and then screw it from the other side to fasten it.
Okay. So which of the, are we supposed to take them, all three of them off?
That's a good question. And
Might be hard to tell since we don't have the right instructions, but
I'm just gonna see how this fits. We're just gonna kind of wing it. Okay, so based on the fitment of this, so I don't think there's enough space in this thing to fit a washer on the other side. So yeah, we're gonna do it like that. So we're gonna take it all off, put them all back on from the opposite side.
okay.
So
I think this guy goes on first.
Yeah,
And we
that guy and then
want
that guy.
it to be directionally like that. And then how do you know? Does
that
just
one doesn't matter. I don't think it does.
curl it, and then I think like you.
I hope you guys are appreciating the camera angles and stuff because this takes a lot of effort.
We're exposing ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I mean,
Pretty good.
I think so. Wanna verify, tighten, loosen.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna tighten as far as I can with my fingers. I think that's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna
Same thing with
repeat.
that one.
Just take.
Oh, I just realized I'm recording upside down.
That.
Wait, are you sure?
This is how we had them. Do you want to flip them?
That's okay. That looks fine.
Okay.
You can just tighten as much as you can with your finger there.
Okay. probably want to double check that just to make sure.
Yeah, if I really wanted to, I can go and
Okay.
put a small wrench and tighten that later. So now let's get those back on. See if we can route it through that little heat sink there. Maybe we can do this.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And then this should just pop on. Yeah. It should just be like a little friction thing. You'll feel it click when it goes on.
Come on.
Is it easier if it came from the other way? Or not really? Oh, I guess not, huh? Because the actual chip gets in the way. So it has to go from the
Yeah.
other side. Yeah.
This is kind of a pain.
Did we try that first one?
Yeah, do you want to
Yeah, here.
go for it?
You and I are like, I'm definitely getting one with built-in Wi-Fi.
I would be lying if the thought hadn't crossed my mind. Look at the master. Look at this man go.
Here we go. Here we go. Just okay. All right. So
Sweet.
what we did, these suckers popped off, so we just put them back on, routed it around. Now it's connected over here. Now we can put it back.
Put it back in?
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Should line up over here too.
Up.
Nice. Looking clean.
So we are.
That sounded good.
Okay.
Nice, man. Nice. All right. Now, using the screws that came with the PC case, let's screw the motherboard in
Okay.
with these.
With just
All these little holes. There's
Okay.
8 of them.
Let's make sure that
there's the right ones.
It should be these.
Just this very standard looking ones.
Yeah, those little guys.
Okay. Now with this, is this also similar to the cooler? You know what?
This one we're not.
Will you
Oh yeah, the
snag
other.
a bit?
Yeah.
It works.
That one. Is that too big?
Nope, that one works.
Yeah, this one we're not like tensioning anything. We just
Okay.
need it to stay in place, so order doesn't really matter.
cool. And we can screw all the way in.
All the way.
Okay.
Yep. But I would screw it back till it clicks like backwards. Yep, and then screw in. That's just to make sure it's not cross-threaded, but maybe it's not the right size. Does that feel too
I don't
tight?
know. Yeah, do you want to get a
Yeah.
feel on this just to make sure? Don't want to bust anything.
Yeah, I think this is too big. Maybe it's...
This has not been recording for a little while, so I'm just gonna restart that. We'll see. I don't
Okay.
know when it cut out, but
That's alright, no biggie. This might be too big. Oh, these. Sorry, I was wrong.
Okay.
It's these little guys with the flat,
the flat tops.
tops. Yeah,
Okay.
that will fit.
Right.
Then line up. Take it back. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that feels nice.
Very good.
Okay. Nope. Come on. There's one. So when you built your first PC, how long did it take you? Like once you had all your parts and you were ready to go, how many hours did you carve out to
That's a good question. I don't remember, man. We've been recording this for a little over an hour. It probably took me twice the amount of time. We're almost done though.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done most of the work already.
Yeah, I think I started to mention this a little bit earlier, but even after building it and all the excitement, this has definitely been the part that I've been concerned about. It's
Right.
just like, okay, but then when it comes time to actually assemble the thing,
Right.
you know, how... Because, I mean, YouTube's great, right? YouTube videos are a great way to learn how to do things, and, like, the entire time I would be sitting there like, oh, am I about to plug this in and burn my new apartment down? Am I gonna get, like, straight up electrocuted, you know?
That would be tragic.
Which... It does seem like in this day and age with how common of a thing it is, that would definitely be more of like a user error type of thing rather than computers being difficult. Because I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is assumatory, but this doesn't seem nearly as mechanically difficult as I guess I was envisioning it.
It's not. You're literally just putting things together. It's glorified Lego building, honestly.
You know what? Maybe that's another thing that I'll use to convince them. Dear, it's like building the best Lego set in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Just help me out with it. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, it's always like the little things that get people mostly. Like, you know, some people might boot up their PC and notice that their like SSD isn't performing well and it's slow or something, and that would be because if they didn't remove the little plastic covering underneath the shield on the SSD, it could be thermal throttling, or, you know, maybe you just forgot to plug in a fan, or always little things. So you just got to make sure you cover all your bases, which you'll be able to do if you just rewatch this episode.
From what you know of our loyal, incredible Discord friends, who is currently on the PC train and...
Nicholas is a part of the PC Master Race.
Of course.
As is, wait, I think he's the only one.
Jordan has a PC, right?
Oh, you're right, Jordan.
And Zach has a PC.
Zach is not a Patreon supporter, though. But he should be.
Right.
But he should be. Or could be, rather. We believe in freedom.
Okay.
That is every...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is all of them.
That was all of them.
That is as solid as my confidence in you to build your own PC.
So low.
So, no.
Just kidding. Okay, cool.
Next, this is when we get into all the wiring stuff.
Joy.
Yeah. So, first thing we're going to want to hook up is the small stuff. So, we've already done the CPU fan header.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to want to plug in these 2 fans that came with the case. I also have an extra fan as an exhaust. So, let's get that unboxed, put on there, and then get all the fans
Plugged in.
situated. Yeah.
So we're going to need these opened. Right, to screw it onto that back. Okay. So, here in the back, I'm assuming brand's gonna go out. Yeah, like we're gonna stick it like...
It's gonna go inside. And the way you know which way the fan exhausts is, unless you have an inverted fan, which you'll know if you bought one, air's gonna come out from where the little supports are.
Okay.
And we're having air intake from the front going out the back. So that is the way that we're gonna want to mount it.
Is like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now with this little cordy guy, I'm assuming that you're going to want that on the upper end, right? Or do you want that closer to the motherboard so you can kind of hide it?
It's made so it can wrap around a little bit.
Okay.
So let's just install it just like that would
Like
be
this?
fine. Yeah, and I'll tuck it away as I need.
Okay. And then we're just gonna screw them in
Yeah, there's
lined up there.
there, and there.
Okay.
I can hold it if that helps.
That would be very helpful.
Does that look like a good spot?
It does. And then
So I guess the question is, we want it to go out the back, but that screw's not nearly long enough to make it all the way through, right? So
you just put it in
you
here.
okay, that makes so much
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, they just have it on both sides so that
okay.
you can mount it however. Very nice.
It feels like it's
You feel
fighting
weird?
me a little bit.
Alright, let me give it a
If you wanna,
Sometimes with these fans, they're not threaded. Yeah, so you're literally threading it for the first time.
Okay.
So with these, it's okay to...
Okay.
Yeah, and what I usually do, like this, I'll just thread it a little bit and just let it hang off until I get all four
All of
in.
them in?
Yeah, and then I'll just tighten it up. Just makes it a little easier.
Makes sense. Come on now.
Nice. Your wife's gonna think you're such a man for having built a computer.
I'm gonna tell her, and I'll
Those
record.
husband points, man.
I'll record a reaction just for you.
Okay, and before you tighten it, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think where I want that. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Just put it right in the center right there. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Looking great. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out where this sucker should go. So, sometimes you'll have fans like this. It's meant so that you can like daisy chain several of them together and only plug it into one port. But that doesn't matter in our case, so we're just gonna plug in this one. Because all of the headers on the motherboard have little pins on it. That's how we know this isn't the right one, because that's, you know. So let's find one.
There's fan 4 down there. Is an exhaust fan gonna be marked slightly differently?
Nope. Fan 4 sounds great.
Okay.
But before we do that, these ones, I don't know what's going on with this. So these are RGB fans.
Okay.
So they have fan headers and RGB headers, which means we're gonna need to uncap that, see what's in there. Okay, so we can daisy chain those two together too. So we'll need one fan header, 2 fan headers for the front one, and then 1 for the back. So
Okay.
if we can find fan headers around here,
And fan 2 is marked right there,
okay, nice.
right above fan 1.
Oh, but that's CPU fan 2. So we don't want to
Don't
put
wanna
a
plug
case
there.
fan on that one.
Okay.
Fan 4. Dang, what? Oh,
Fan 3 and fan 2.
1.
There you go. Because fan 2 and 3 are right there.
Oh, okay, that's confusing.
So then you're probably
Let's put this one into fan 1
fan
over
1
there.
just because it's nice and close.
Mhm.
Come on.
Can you tell the orientation on it? There should be little notches on the plastic.
Right. Okay. That guy is plugged on in.
Looks great. And then let's do... Oh yeah, so this is... if you can see... It actually says CHA fan, right? CHA fan 4, CHA fan 2, 3. Stands for chassis. So which is the case fan.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put it... let's just put those two guys right next to each other on 2 and 3. So that's going to be... That's the RGB
That's the RGB
one.
part, so we want this guy.
Correct. Yeah. You can undo the twist head.
Twisty.
Mhm. It's kind of scary the first time you do it. You're like, am I going to break the pins or something, right? Yeah.
Okay. That is
Nice,
fan
nice.
1.
Looking good.
And you said you wanted this guy in fan
Yeah, let's just put that right next to it.
Right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
There. Probably like that, yeah. Okay.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Boom, boom.
Okay, so we got all the fans plugged in. Now we got to do the RGB, our beloved. This is where all our performance comes from, is when we have colorful lights. And okay, let's daisy chain them together.
Okay.
So let's take. Actually, first let's figure out where the RGB.
So I know there's an RGB 2 listed way over there.
I see it.
We've got fan.
RGB
LED.
LED 2. Okay. So, do you see right there it says the gray one, the ADDR?
Okay.
So that means addressable LED, which means it's RGB that you can control,
Okay.
like change the colors and stuff. And that's what these are. So that's where we want to plug that in. But let's see if we have an addressable LED over there.
We do.
We do. Wonderful.
Yes. So is there a reason why on the addressable LEDs there's 4 pin slots and one of them is missing? Because that's the case on both of these. See
Yes.
what I mean?
That's normal.
Okay.
If you look here,
And it doesn't...
there's only 3
Gotcha. Okay.
input points.
So then we want...
Let's plug. Let's see.
So these are the
Let's
2.
plug the bottom one into the top one,
Okay.
and then we can put the top one into the motherboard.
So that means we're going to take the cap off of the top one and plug
Correct.
it like that, right?
Come on. Cap.
Or do I want them separate? Actually, no. Put them together. I'm never gonna change the colors too differently anyway.
Okay. So connect those guys. And now we want to put this one.
Before you put that in, though, I'm just trying to think. So, you know what? For our purposes right now, let's go ahead and plug that in.
Okay.
Because I'll figure out cable management later. The main thing I want to do is make sure that this boots. If the computer boots and it works, then I'll take it apart and tidy up some cables. When you do your build, Alex, some of the things you want to consider is like a lot of these cables can be routed through the back. So, for example, this cable, I would probably put it in here and then pull it back out from here and then plug it in there for it to look real tidy. Same thing with these, right? Like you can route it through the bottom, have it come out through these bottom holes, and then plug them in. So things like that you could do to make it look really, really nice.
I see.
Okay. But we're good right now. So, okay. Those are our fans. And next we want to plug in our little buttons and USB thingies. So if we stand this upright first. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and take this back panel off. Whoa. So we have these back here that need to plug into the motherboard. And okay, so that's the zip tie. Man, seriously, why did they zip tie that? How are you on time? You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay. So let's so we gotta figure out where these go. So this right here, it says F panel. That's not a bad word. It stands for front panel, and these are your power buttons.
Okay.
Should look something like that. Should I get my flashlight?
Yeah.
That's gonna help.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so let's undo that sucker. And try to think of the prettiest way to plug that in, which is going to be going in from the bottom. So that's not it. We're going to do that one. So I'm going to go from here. Yep.
And we need... Does it matter? Are we using both of these, or... Because it's got the two, right?
It should be the one on the right.
Oh, right, because that's the one that actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we need it to be like... that.
You see the one pin that's missing?
Yeah, it's
a little finicky.
lined up like you. Right. Right, because that...
Give me a try it.
That gap one should be the top right, just like that.
Mm-hmm. Here, try it this way.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just
Just
slide
a
it
little.
out.
That's, yeah, it's like
Do you
puts a
wanna?
little more tension than you're comfortable with.
Do you wanna bring it through here? I mean, it'll stretch out further, but those cords won't be as tight.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
These cords can bend. That's all right.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so we got that one. Next is this one, which is for the audio, for the headphone jacks.
Okay.
There should be something. Here's what that looks like. Just missing one little hole kind of in the middle. It should be labeled like HD audio or something.
It's right there in that corner.
Nice. Okay, then I'll... Yeah, it's okay to bend the cable a bit. The main thing you don't want to bend are the pins.
Get on in there, come on. Didn't click. There we go. Okay, that
Got it?
is on in there.
Beautiful. Very good. Now is the USB 3.0 ports. So
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's that guy right there, yeah?
yeah. Now, these are notorious for breaking, so...
So
A little jump scare for ya.
I think we're gonna let you do that one then.
Yeah. It's this housing is notorious for breaking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. USB 3.0 is just have problems. I think I'm gonna put this here. So you see the notch, which is right there. What can happen is, like, if you try to remove it, if you don't do it perfectly, you'll just pop the thing off.
Dang.
Okay, that's looking all right. Looking all right. Okay, we have plugged in everything we need to plug in, except for all of the main power stuff, which comes from the power supply. Let's get that box.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, baby.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, we got some serious stuff here. Main power.
I think that's just all.
Yeah, you can pull the box out. So, okay, we're gonna set that aside for now.
So what? The box or this?
Just the
Just that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get that unwrapped. Beautiful. Okay, so what we're gonna first identify is what each cable does. So we're gonna need, if we look here, so we've got one for the CPU. This is for the motherboard. So we got the CPU, the motherboard. The only other thing we need is one for a GPU. And if we look at the GPU on the side, that tells you what you're gonna need.
Okay.
So we're gonna need two of those looking things. And over here, we're gonna pull out what we need.
Four and then three.
So usually a lot of the fours can actually split off and be 3 or 4.
You know what? We're just gonna take them all out.
Yep, go for it.
Simpler.
Go for it.
So with all these ones that are labeled, does that help guide?
PCIe,
it?
yep, PCIe, that's what we want.
Okay.
Let's see. Wait. Yeah, so here's... So this one... Yeah. So here's one... Wait a minute. And then let's get one more. That's the same looking.
The same.
Let's just say PCIe.
PCIe.
Okay. Nice. And then we'll take that.
Take the
here.
spares.
So, go ahead and undo that one. And I'll kind of show you how that gets plugged in. So we've got this side, which will go into the power supply, and then this side, which will go into the graphics card.
Okay.
I've heard debates of whether you need one cable per thing, or if it's okay to use this how it how it like splits off. Some people say, oh, you should use this one and then have another one to make sure it can take sufficient power draw. I like to do it that way just to be safe.
Okay.
You probably don't have to, but that's how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
So,
and we're gonna plug stuff in before we attach it, or we?
So we're gonna plug in that side before we put that on the bottom of the case.
Okay.
So, not this one, but the bigger fat one. Yeah, that one.
It's gonna go into.
Plug it into.
One of. Does it matter
PCIe
which one?
/CPU. Nope.
Okay.
Either one's okay. Okay, and then do the same thing with that one. It's
this big guy.
yeah. And the only reason we plug these in preemptively is because it's harder to plug these in when it's in the case.
Sure.
Because there's such thick cables.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good. And that's all we need for now.
Okay.
And then now we can slide that into the bottom of the case. So let's
Can we flip this?
rotate that, yeah. And then case is gonna go in there, out this way. So this is where the switch is gonna be. And the air
Should be on the grate.
on the bottom, yeah. So what that'll do is make sure that the power supply gets a fresh intake from the bottom rather than trying to get air from nothingness above.
I think I put this in upside down. Or
No, that's correct. That's correct.
okay.
Yep, because you got the fan on the bottom. That's what we want.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it just needs to, like these cords just need to,
They're just so stiff that it's not gonna
go in, but I think that'll.
Yeah, as you screw it in, it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, there should be screws in the box.
These guys?
No. Was it these? Were these in the...
Those came with all of these because these were in
Okay.
the smaller pouch.
Oh. It probably is. Probably is one of the... Let's just try it. I think it's those.
Okay.
See if it fits the thread and then go from there.
Okay. If you want to get those pulled out just while I'm
Yep.
putting these away, sure. Okay.
Wonderful. Now comes plugging. So we're gonna plug in everything but the graphics card one, the PCIe one. So we're gonna
Okay.
put this in and this in. So let's flip it around and I'll kind of guide them through like we did the others. Well, where's the CPU one? It's usually at the top. Is that it?
It sure looks like it.
This through here.
And then clasps just like that. Yeah. To make sure
Yeah,
that I don't clip these Wi-Fi wires. We just set.
You'll hear a clip. It'll take a good. Oh, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Nice.
And then
Now
the
we
power
can-
one's gonna stick out here if I'm
motherboard.
guessing right. Because I think it's gonna be this guy, right? That says
Yes.
ATX PWR1.
Yep. So let's do like this, and then maybe bend it in this way,
Bend it
like
in.
that,
Okay.
and then right there.
I mean, I haven't heard a clip.
Yeah, we can try.
Yeah, go for it.
It hasn't clicked yet, has it?
I haven't heard that.
Or is it already in? It might already be in. Yeah, because that's in all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I guess it was just silent.
Okay.
Okay, we got that in. Now the graphics card, we slot that in, plug in the things for the graphics card. But before we do that, let's just make it a little easier on ourselves. Route these through first.
Okay.
We'll use those to plug into the graphics card. Can leave those there for now. So, really important part right here. This, just like the RAM, it's got to be
Unclick.
opened up,
Okay.
and that's unclicked. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And before we can put it in, so you can see it has these 1 slot, 2 slot.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to remove 2 of these right here to give it room out the back.
Okay.
So let's unscrew those 2, the top 2. This should just and we should be able to just slide that metal part of the graphics card in that slot.
So we don't need to take this out.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be okay.
That's very
You know what?
confusing.
It's probably easier if we do take it out.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna. Oh,
Just
or just
slide
slide
it
it over.
open.
So let me make sure you've got. You're free from these cables. Yeah. So this metal part in the very back,
Uh-huh.
we'll just kind of... Okay, I think that's lining up pretty well. I'll hold the rear so you can push. Oh,
Doesn't. What is it?
are there any cables in the way?
Are you worried about those Wi-Fi super thin ones at the back, or is that
That's
piece
okay.
gonna be well before? Okay.
Yeah.
Then what else could be?
Should I give it a go?
Yeah, I just don't wanna. Boom. Okay.
Just need a little finagling, I guess.
Okay.
So now,
Do we put these things back on first, or do we close and tighten?
let's untighten everything. And then, yeah, put those things back on there. It's coming together now. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super tight. Okay. Looks great, man. Now let's plug in those cables. So here's one, there's your other two. And this one can just go like that, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. So click that in. Okay. And that one, you'll need to, use all four. Clip goes on the bottom side. Great. Nice. Okay. This should work. So, I'll tidy this up
Okay.
later.
Okay.
I just want to make sure it boots.
Okay.
Here we go. All right. Turn this on. Now, very, very important step. Flip on the on switch, or it'll never turn on.
Okay.
Touch that big button. Okay. Post. Come on. You can do this. Usually the first time it takes a bit.
And HDMI 1. Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that my inputs are correct. Crap. I switched inputs at the wrong time. Okay. We posted.
There we go.
We did it. We freaking did it. Okay. This is fine. This is BIOS stuff.
This is all stuff that you do when you set up with your OS and stuff.
Yeah. And I'll go in and, but this is it. We did the hardware part. Looks good. Yeah, very clean. Very clean. Well, this is incredibly dirty. This is not clean at all. It's really messy. But that's okay.
But functionally,
Functionally,
it worked.
yes.
So
For the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish, this is great. And I'm just going to go in there, spend some time, and clean up the cables. But as you can imagine, it's not all that hard. You unplug some things, plug them back in. Here we are, man. We did it. Thank you. Well, hey, let's go sit down. Let's go sit down. Let's be civilized for the last little bit.
So that was about
2 hours.
2 hours, a little bit over, but about 2 hours.
How are you feeling? What were your thoughts, impressions?
I have questions, like with the order that we constructed it, right? Say you have a PC and you want to replace your CPU, right?
Yeah.
One of the first pieces that you put in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to take absolutely everything apart to replace that piece? Or, because I imagine graphics card is going to have to come out to make sure that you get your motherboard out without any issues.
So
Take the motherboard out.
It's kind of like cars. So when you're working on a car, right, you just get things, you take out whatever you need to get to the part that you need to replace.
Okay.
It's just like that. So if you can, you'll probably take out the GPU because it'll give you more space to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would do if I'm replacing parts is just work within the case. So I don't need to take out the motherboard at all.
Okay.
In fact, that's what I did on that one was, I just lighted down with the side up, took off the glass panel, and then I took off the CPU cooler, and you'll know how to take it off because you know how you put it back in. You know how you put it in. Took out the old CPU, put the new one in, put the new cooler in, case on, boom. Don't forget thermal paste.
Don't forget the thermal paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that goes with any part. Honestly, replacing the CPU is the most involved one. Every other one, you pretty much have
it's fairly
raw access to
separate.
it.
Yeah, it's fairly separated. So, okay. Yeah, that was satisfying. That was good.
And that wasn't even your computer. So imagine you collect your own parts, you put it together, this is your baby, and it works. Just don't forget all the little things, Make sure you check the parts. If there's any plastic things on there, you take those plastic things off.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that. You'd be surprised how many people put on the CPU cooler, like a beefy CPU cooler, and the back of the CPU cooler has like a plastic protective thing on it, and they just put that on and their CPU is overheating. So little things. It's the little things. As long as you plug everything in, it'll work. Yeah.
There you go.
There you have it. Now, when you install the actual OS, I actually like to just run that, and it'll come up with some prompts on the screen, right, on what to do next and whatnot. There are some additional tips and good information that would be good to know for a first-time builder. Like, you want to make sure you enable XMP. If you've never built a PC, that'll mean nothing to you, but it basically makes sure that your RAM runs at its full speed. A couple tweaks like that you'll want to do in the motherboard BIOS before you start actually using it. But those are additional tips and things that we can go over, when you actually build it, and go over the software side of things. And after you get Windows installed, which you'll do through a boot media. And I had this prepared with Linux on it. But I think for the sake of today's episode, I don't think we're going to go over that. I'll just do that on my own. And there are plenty of tutorials online on how to install the OS. Once you get in, you want to make sure that you install your drivers for all your peripherals, for the audio, for your graphics card. Those are kind of the main things. But and your motherboard instruction manual it'll tell you where you can get the drivers for the things that are related to your motherboard. But after you do that, you're done. So we got the hardest part done today. And as soon as you start collecting your pieces, man, please let us know. And
you know what I think's funny?
Yeah.
In the last episode, it was, if you start, and in this episode, it's been when you start.
We're escalating quickly. So yeah, we're not messing around. We're going.
There you have it.
So yeah, man. Okay. Well, big thanks to our Patreon supporters who are. We've got our Down Earth Cockatiels, Joshua, Tyler, and Matthew, and big thanks to our Down Earth Parakeets, Jay Maurer, Noah, and Qualthorn. Thank you so much for your support. If you have any feedback, if you're like, SJ, you did this wrong, there's a better way to do it. It's all right, man. I'm not an expert. Feel free to leave it in the comments or send us an email. Thanks for your support. We'll see you next time.